What's going on, world? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
And yeah, so in the last video I said I watched that movie The Menu and that me and Joey would have to talk about it. So this is that video.
Yes.
We about to do it. He just saw it. Let's get right into it. Okay, so this film, I think it would be best if we talked about this without spoilers, even though it's been out a little while.
Okay.
It's just, this is a very rare opportunity, because this movie's trailer, I don't know if you've seen it, the trailer, the TV spots, they told you nothing about it. Honestly, the only reason I went to see this movie is because I know I love the actors. Anya Taylor-Joy from, Queen's Gambit and she was also Magic in that terrible new X-Men movie. But she's famous for she's really good. And then Ralph Fiennes, who I've loved since The Red Dragon, the Hannibal Lecter movie back in the early 2000s. Great actors. And I mean, everyone in the movie is great, but those two, obviously, they're the ones who take up the most dialogue. Yes. You don't know anything about it, except that these people go to this exclusive restaurant to eat food.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really what happens in this movie. They go to this restaurant to eat food. It's exclusive on its own island. Ralph Fiennes is the head chef. He has his staff beneath him who all live and work on the island, and everything they eat and cook is from the island. They pick it fresh every day.
Fishing.
Yeah, and I think he said it costs like $1,200 a plate to go there.
Yes,
so
a Rolex has one character stated.
Yeah. So you pay your price, you go there. It's always booked apparently, and
yes.
So he invites, I think it's 12 people, like 6 couples. He invites to the island this time, and Anya Taylor-Joy goes with her mate, played by Nicholas Hoult of X-Men fame.
Beast.
Yeah, Beast from the X-Men. And clearly he's really into it, and she's just like, this is just a restaurant. Like, she just wants to eat food. And when they get there, stuff happens. I don't.
I guess that's the best explanation without spoiling anything.
It's definitely I don't want to say it's a horror. It's a thriller. It's not really a murder mystery because there's no mystery. You can definitely see what's happening. But I guess there's a mystery as to why stuff is happening. And then, it's just,
And the question kind of gets answered.
Yeah.
But it still leaves you. You'll leave the theater still questioning.
Right, yeah, man. This is a movie, like, because I knew nothing about it, I think that's why I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really walked out like, wow, that was not what I had no expectations. I was like, wow, that was really well done.
Yeah.
But Jovi, what you think of it, man?
Oh, I mean, it's getting very mixed reviews. You have told me that you enjoyed it. I've had other people say that, oh, this is really not what you think it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm one of the people that really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it not necessarily for the story. I enjoyed it for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The feeling that just the pacing invoked, the style of the filming and like the way they made it. It was like a critique in a show. In a movie at the same time.
Yeah,
it's like,
the movie had something to say.
Yeah, and like, it was this very... And I said this when I was leaving out. I was like, people probably think I'm crazy because I kind of said it out loud. I was just like, I feel like I was in a very, very, very weird fever dream with the TV on in the background. It's like Chopped was on in the background. And I had just watched a thriller. Yeah. I think that is my elevator pitch to it.
What you think of, the movie, I guess, is paced. It's paced very interestingly, in my opinion. Like, as the meal continues, there's always like, first course, second course, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then one course that was hilarious when they had someone cook. But anyway, every single time, like, they basically, it's like the whole menu for the night.
Yep.
They show you what each person is about to eat.
I love it.
Yeah, I love the way it was presented. It's like the first dish, I forget what it was. I think it was like a soup or something. It was definitely a soup because a food critic who was there criticized it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so it's like they show you exactly what goes in it. They show the preparation. Like, I actually just liked watching the food.
Yeah.
I could watch a movie about that. I watch Food Channel all the time.
Yeah,
So,
it was like the Food Network that with a very weird twist.
Yeah. So, I mean, so as the dinner continues, I think around the third course is when people start noticing, something's wrong.
Yes.
This island, we can't seem to get off of it. Like, people don't seem to be, people go and don't come back. And
starts getting very personal.
Right, you start getting, I think they give them, were they flapjacks?
No, they were, do we say that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, let's not say that. But let's just say that the staff knows things about these people.
The food is catered to the guests.
Yes, that's true.
That is the easiest way to say it without ruining anything.
Yeah.
The entire menu, the entire experience was catered to
these specific people. And as they start getting the food, they're like, oh, what's going on here? It's kind of like there's a mystery famous writer. Her name is Agatha Christie. I forget what it is, but it's very similar. It's called And Then There Were None. And just for you may not have seen it, but it's very, very similar setup. 10 people are invited to an island, and then as soon as they get there, someone just starts screaming yeah, you killed this person, you killed this person, you did this, and you all are gonna die for it, basically. And
similar.
Yeah. So and then one by one they start dying, and they don't know which one of them is the killer. I mean, it's. I'm saying it's kind of like that, but also not really. If that makes sense. But. Yeah, so, the meal was catered to them, and then, like we said, then stuff just starts happening. It's a thriller. Like Joey said, you're never bored, even, when there's moments of, they're not in the kitchen dicing up stuff and they're just talking. Ralph Fiennes, the head chef, when he's introduced and he starts speaking to people, you can tell, there is something, he is upset and very serious.
Oh, yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy, I guess minor spoiler. Again, she's probably the only one who isn't really a big foodie there. Every other person there has some sort of, either they're a celebrity or they're rich or they're big into it. She just comes because she heard about this and she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat some food. And Ralph Fiennes he sees that immediately, and he's like, yeah, he keeps telling her basically you don't belong, and he's like, you're ruining everything. And yeah, it's very interesting to see her basically just be like, yeah, I don't care.
And yeah, she does a very good job of having that, she has this attitude the entire time, and it makes you unsettled because everybody else is so into it, and everybody else is praising him, and everybody else is doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be enjoying the experience. And she's not
at all.
And that made me uneasy because I'm like, I know something crazy is going to happen, but I don't know what is, and I just feel like if you keep testing someone,
it's going to happen to her, right?
But I'll leave it at that. And
her mate, Beast, Nicholas Hoult. He was probably the most into it. Yeah. He was into it to a point where I was like, okay, I'm starting not to like this guy.
Yeah, no.
It was creepy how much he was into it. His
character was very weird.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I mean...
I really don't have much else to say without ruining it.
It's a really good thriller. I think kind of like that movie that came out called Barbarian. It's really good. You can watch the trailers... But just like that movie, the trailers don't tell you anything, and I think that's a really, really good experience. I don't think you'll be disappointed by watching this film. I personally loved the way it ended.
Yes.
I thought it had...
The last 10 minutes is beautifully done.
Yeah. Very, very well done. Joey said it's a very well shot movie.
Yeah.
Like just the colors, the scenery, everything about it. It looks very like a professional movie. Very well done. Yeah, I mean, you'll feel uneasy when you need to feel uneasy. Like, yo, there's just some comedic timing that's just perfect. Like,
I'm telling you, my stomach was queasy like the whole time, and not because it was like gross or anything. I was unsettled by the experience.
And there's very little blood in this movie, if at all. Actually, now that I think about it, so it's not like a gory
like
movie.
This much blood in the movie.
Yeah, that just got like it. But again, you're just unsettled. You're like, because you don't know what's happening when stuff is happening to these people.
That is the easiest way to say it. You just don't know. And that is and whoever thought of this concept knew what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, man.
Because I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, and I will say though, because I know there are some people who are like, I don't like not knowing a movie. Like at the end, you'll understand.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, you'll understand.
The whole thing gets explained.
Yeah, you'll understand it. But like the journey there is where you're like, oh man, what's going on? So
it's not an M. Night Shyamalan ending.
Right, exactly.
It's very clear.
Yeah, man.
What's going on? Why it's going on? But as it's happening, you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, yeah. So the Menu. It's been out for a little while. I really hope that it. I actually don't know how it's doing, but I know you said mixed reviews. I hope, like, seriously, it deserves a watch. It's a movie that if it's a movie that you should go to the theater to see, or you won't be disappointed if you go to the theater seeing it. And if you have, let us know what you thought of it. Right down there in the comments. And if you have liked this video, please.
What's the score?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I was about to leave out the score, man. Yeah. So I I already know. I'm giving this movie. This is a 4 out of 5 for me.
4 out of 5. It's 3.5 for me.
3.5 for Jovi. So your small couch review score is a 3.75 out of 5. All right. So let me get back to it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the little bell. All right, y'all, and until next time, we out.
Deuces.